Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you a Smogon Premier League 17 matchup. This is a Week 6 showdown between Sheik of the Congregation of the Classiest and Skyrio of Team Raiders. So Sheik has been flirting with a undefeated campaign so far. I believe going into this he is 5-0, whereas for Skyrio is 4-1. So these are the two best records in the pool right now. And both have been pleasant surprises so far this season. Skyrio was ranked dead last going into this, but he's been putting in work and executing his games pretty well. Whereas for Sheik, he came in as a sub in week 1 and he has not looked back ever since. So for Sheik, we'll see if the magic continues or if the clock strikes 12. Anyways, let's jump right into this. Empoleon lead, Rose lead. So Empoleon either Specs or Sash, and whereas for Rose Raid could just be a Toxic Spikes lead, could just be like dual hazards. There's a few options you can do in a post sleep ban world, and many people predicted Rose Raid's usage would probably fall off, but I think the sleep ban probably helps out Rose Raid because it actually has to use other moves now. Anyways, gets Toxic Spikes up, gets Ice Beam. Okay, it is Sashing. Oh, gets instantly frozen. Okay, Natural Cure kicking in. So, yeah, that's kind of one of the benefits of the sleep ban, is that you don't have to use Poison Point. Anyways, Skyrion's gonna get sub up. Flygon's gonna threaten the EQ. Question is, also we don't know if it's Life Orb or not, because due to the fact that when you're behind a sub. Oh, okay, it looks like it is choice locked. But yeah, I was gonna say, and Rose with the T-Spikes to remove the T-Spikes on the field. Sheik's gonna get Spikes up, and Heatran's gonna threaten. And it's just gonna raw Lava Plume into Suicune, no burn. Suicune going to threaten a Calm Mind. And, just gotta get roared out, so this is a Spadef Tran. And then sub Lava Plume Roar. The last move is either like a second attacking move like a Dark Pulse, Earth Power, or it could be Protect. We will find out soon enough. Okay, it is Protect, so this is Mono Tran. And Giga and the Suicune, so the Heatran will not be walled. Instead, it's going to sub up here. And I think Skyrio is just going to roar out. Okay. And another free Lava Plume should be incoming. Yeah, I mean, you keep bringing the Suicune in, and you might be due for a burn. Oh, against a crit though, so not too bad if you're Skyrio. Skyrio finally switches out into a Latias. Latias going to threaten the Draco. And Heatran is revealed. And, huge crit there. That looks like Scarf. Latias, which makes sense on this very traditional Rose Tran Pert structure. The other last I would expect is a Taratar and then maybe a Rotom in the back, probably like a Subrotom, for example, could be plausible. Is Heatran taking 63 from Draco? This tells me that this is either a very Spadef Tran into a Specs Lati, or this is a... I mean, Heatran has lefty, so Spadef is plausible. The other option is that it's a Scarf into just a max HP Tran. We don't know for sure. Gonna get Draco'd. And gonna get Rocks up. So for Sheik, he wants to keep that up. Rose is going to be sacked. This gives a free entry. And Latias is revealed, so gonna threaten a T-Bolt most likely. Heatran's gonna be sacrificed here, and just Draco's again. And Empoleon, okay, so Flygon was not sent in, so he probably realizes it's Scarf if he calced this out. Surf's here, and you get Draco'd again. And Surfs once more, sure. Huh. Anyways, Jirachi's going to get a Hidden Power ground off. and it's probably like HP ground plus T-Ball, and Flygon's going to once again threaten. No, the last was not Tyranitar. Instead, we have the Jirachi, which is an interesting deviation. This is probably, you know, like sub-free attacks. Jirachi with Bolt Ground Iron Head. Not a bad combo. Gets Energy Ball there, and the Rose probably going to get Iron Headed. And oh, it lands a huge hidden power fire. But this Jirachi still looks really good right now. And Gengar's the last. Gengar's gonna get the Shadow Ball off. It is a Life Orb. And oh, that's a Scarf Rotom. Rotom's gonna get the Revenge kill. And now this is an interesting endgame here. For a couple reasons. One, for Sheik, you have a hard decision to make here. Either A, you turn into a predicted Heatran switch and bring the Suicune in, and then that way you can try to make some magic happen. If you're Skyrio, you have the option to, I mean, if you stay in and you Shadow Ball here, you actually have a really good chance of just winning the game if you predict the U-turn. And then, I mean, Skyrio could also mid-ground the Pert, which, I mean, assuming this is defensive Pert, then you don't take 2-2. Actually, no. You might still be screwed either way. So, Sheik has a decision to make here. Either predict the Swampert switch by clicking EQ, and then wearing it down because it's going to take a lot. Like, it's going to take, like, probably like 35 or something. And then when you factor in hazards, then that's going to add up. So we're gonna see what happens here. Yes, Skyrio mid-grounds into an Outrage, and Outrage. Oh, it's Protect Pert, so Skyrio felt okay making that play. And Flygon's gonna get confused now, and the Swampert is just going to Ice Beam. And now this Suicune does not quite get the KO. Oh, but it's at 5%, which is not what you want to see. Well, it's at 11, it's going to be at 18, but the Rotom's going to get a guaranteed Shadow Ball kill. And Shadow Ball's here, and oh, that might be game over. Why do I say it's game over? Because the Heatran can now just sub up, and then the next time Flygon comes in, it's going to die to hazards. And just got sub up here because why not? Skyrio risking a possible crit there. It basically has to like avoid getting unlucky, and oh, okay, just gotta do this. I mean, sure. And the Heatran will finally get the KO, and Skyrio will end Sheik's undefeated campaign bid, and Skyrio is going to move to 5-1 on the season, and for Sheik also going to be 5-1 now. So interesting game here. Sheik could have potentially taken that game home, but he did not, because he probably realized that he didn't have a great out. The other thing to take away here was that the sub Jirachi, what I assume is sub-free attacks Jirachi, because I think on a T-Spikes team that makes a whole lot of sense. This Jirachi could pop off pretty easily, and then you have the Spaxlati and Scarf Rotom, which is like pretty cool. This is like a pretty good modern take, if you want to call it that, on this you know, Roserade archetype, especially one that's adjusted for the Sleep Man. And I think like people do not realize how much this opens up options in the builder when you don't have to worry about sleep anymore, because one, we see stuff like Natural Cure, which is like a minor optimization of lead rows that I like, and then like Jirachi being able to, you know, do Jirachi things, and even something like Heatran making a bit of a small comeback, like Spadef Tran. specifically, and then we've also seen Tantran too, so that's one we get around Clefable. Anyways, that being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.